Hey guys, so I did this already, but when I hit stop recording, OBS just refused to accept that as an answer. So I'm going to be doing this again. Yay! I'm going to be quicker than I did with the last one. Last one was about a half hour. I'm going to be a lot quicker with this one. So basically, I just kind of talked, in the beginning, I talked about refs and how they're screwing up and how it's costing teams games, whether, and the thing is, it's like, I'll use Pittsburgh and Jacksonville for an example. A lot of calls went against Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh didn't deserve to win that game in the first place, so that's not an example. But Indy, when they should have beaten the Browns 2 weeks ago, that matters because Indy would have won. They deserved to win. Those were BS calls. The refs almost cost the Bills their game Thursday Night Football against the Buccaneers. A couple BS calls, and before you know it, Tampa's throwing a Hail Mary to try to win the game. By the way, I perfectly called that as a 6-point game. But even then, it shouldn't have even been that close. So it's just, the refs are starting to cost teams games, and that's not good. Because when you're costing a team a game, when you're deciding the outcome, and that team should have won, and you cost them that game, that's where people think, it's rigged and yada, yada, yada. So, and that's the thing. It doesn't have to be the better team, just record-wise, or as far as people see it, because Denver beat Kansas City. Kansas City turned it over 5 times. Denver that day was the better team. So that's fine. It's that day, any given Sunday, the better team that specific day. So let's get into these games. You have Tennessee at Pittsburgh. I am taking Pittsburgh here. I believe this is only the second time I've predicted them to win this year. The other time I did it, they lost. So we'll see. Cam Hayward is back. I know Minka's out. Kenny is going to play, even though he has the ribs injury. And Tennessee, Will Levis is going to start, and if he catches lightning in a bottle twice, then Tennessee's going to win this game. But I don't think he's going to. So that's why I say Pittsburgh's going to win, though I think Derrick Henry's going to have a pretty good game because Pittsburgh this season has not had good run defense, but maybe Cam Hayward helps with that. But is he on a pitch count? So it's give and take here, but I am taking Pittsburgh. Miami at Kansas City in Frankfurt, Germany. I am going to take Kansas City. This is going to be a high-scoring game, I feel like. And while Miami could easily win, I am taking Kansas City. Minnesota at Atlanta. Minnesota, unfortunately, Kirk Cousins is out for the season with a torn Achilles. And even if he had the Aaron Rodgers treatment or healing method, he's 2 months behind Aaron. That's over. So he's not going to be able to come back unless you count a miraculous heal that allows him to come back, maybe Super Bowl? So they did trade for Josh Dobbs, so if there's any point where, hey, Kirk is hurt and we need to trade for a quarterback, this was the last possible moment to do that. If Kirk gets hurt this week, then you're screwed. You're signing a free agent. You're playing the rookie quarterback you got on the roster. Hall, I think his last name is Jared Hall. I am taking Atlanta to win this game. They are starting Taylor Heineke instead of Desmond Ridder. We'll see what happens with that. Ridder, I know, had a concussion, but I think he cleared protocol. But they decided not to put him in, and now they're not starting him. It's an odd situation there. But because Josh Dobbs is not going to play for Minnesota, he'll probably play next week, but he's not playing this week as far as I can tell. So I am taking Atlanta to win this game. Arizona at Cleveland. I am going to take Cleveland to win this game, even though PJ Walker's probably PJ Walker's going to play. Deshaun's not going to play. I don't believe Kyler is healthy enough yet. I could be wrong there. But even then, it'd be his first game back. So I'm taking Cleveland. LA Rams at Green Bay. I am taking Green Bay here. Matt Stafford had an injury. I don't know if he's going to play or not. He's day-to-day. Didn't practice today, Wednesday. So we'll see what happens. But I'll take the Green Bay Packers, assuming Stafford doesn't play. Washington at New England. I am going to take Washington here. Sam Howell has been pretty good this season, and if you have him in fantasy, you want him to play the Philadelphia Eagles every single week because that's just the one team that he plays really, really well. So, Bill Belichick, though, does have a history of making young quarterbacks have problems. Sam Darnold, there was the whole, dude, I'm seeing ghosts is, that line. But I think Howell will win it. He's got Eric Bieniemy, and I'm going to pick him to win this game. Chicago at New Orleans. I am taking New Orleans. I don't think Justin Fields is back. I'm not sure. Whether he is or not, I don't care. New Orleans, you're winning this game. Seattle at Baltimore. I am taking Baltimore to win this game. They're one of the best, if not the best team in the AFC. And while Seattle is a good team, and I think they actually lead the NFC West amazingly enough, I am taking Baltimore for this game. Tampa Bay at Houston. I'm going to take Houston here. They needed help to even have a shot at a Hail Mary against the Bills. And Baker, he's not having the same success he had early on. And CJ Stroud, while he doesn't make the big plays, he's also not making mistakes. So I'm going to take Houston to win this game. Indy at Carolina. I'm going to take Indy. Carolina, congratulations on your first win of the season against Houston. By the way, I do need to make a correction. I think I said last week that if Carolina had a bad year and then they have their, the first round pick, you can trade it for a whole bunch. They can't because the Bears actually have the first round pick of the Carolina Panthers because they traded up to go get Bryce Young. So even though Carolina did win last week, I'm picking Indy for this week. New York Giants. Yes, I'm still going to say the New York Giants, even though they lost to the Jets last week, versus the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders, they fired their head coach, which normally I would say, okay, cool. Like the interim guy's going to come in, the team's going to rally around him, and the Raiders are going to win. Yeah, only a couple things. Along with firing the head coach, they fired their GM, and they also fired their offensive coordinator, and then they went and they benched Jimmy Garoppolo. So the rookie Aiden O'Connell is going to start. Yeah. And while Tyrod Taylor is hurt, Daniel Jones is back, so I'm going to pick the Giants to win this game. Dallas Cowboys at Philadelphia Eagles. This is the best game, I think, of the week, maybe except Miami and Kansas City. But this is going to be such a great game. You got Dallas, who blows out the inferior opponents. Philadelphia, they were winning a lot of close games, had a little bit of a skid, and now they're back on track. I do think Philadelphia wins this game. And actually, if I'm correct, I could easily be wrong, but if I'm correct, I think that this is the first time Dak has actually faced Jalen Hurts. Every other time, one of them was hurt, and then they didn't play each other. So I think this is the first time Dak has ever taken on Jalen Hurts. I could be wrong, but I think that's the case. So, Philly, you're winning this game. Buffalo at Cincinnati. This is another game where, it's very interesting because last year, I think maybe a month and a half after this point last year, is when we had the Damar Hamlin situation where he went to go make a tackle on T. Higgins, and he went into cardiac arrest, and the medical staffs on both teams and the medical professionals over at the Cincinnati hospital, I can't remember the exact name of it, but they were able to save Damar's life. And not only that, but he's been able to play football again. He played in the preseason. He was active for one game this year. And it's just a miraculous recovery that he has made. As far as a prediction, I am going to take the Cincinnati Bengals here. They're also the team that probably would have won this game last year. But we'll see. So, Monday Night Football, the LA Chargers facing the New York Jets. I am going to take the Chargers here. And I'm going to take the Chargers because while the Jets have a very good defense and the Chargers defense is... I don't think Justin Herbert's going to make the mistakes that are required for the Jets to win. Plus, the Jets' offensive line is in shambles. Like, they were on their third string center last week. I think Elijah Vera Tucker's out for the year. Dwayne Brown didn't play last week. Mekhi Becton's been playing right tackle. It's just a mess, their offensive line. So, if Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa can get going, then they're going to win this game. So that is it. This is a lot faster than the other video, but just because I recorded, I was detailed, and then just have it all gone and wasted, that kind of pissed me off. So I just wanted to do this quick. I still got the other video I got to do. So if you guys did enjoy this, do me a favor, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, turn notifications on. I'll see everyone in the next video. Thanks for watching.